Today on the channel, justice is served by the greatest referee, the greatest softball player, and the man that rules the world, Sid Justice. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Mattel WWE Elite SummerSlam Series 86 review. And honestly, the one I'm the most excited for is, you guys know I love flashbacks. I love big wrestlers. I love guys that cut their teeth in WCW in the early 90s when I was at my all-time fandom. Look no further than old Sid Justice, a 2-in-1 figure. So I'm going to have to play a little bit of that long game. I'm going to pick up another one of these. As you guys know, I picked this one up at ringsidecollectibles.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. But I had to pick one up right away. I'll play the long game, I'll get another one. But a 2-in-1, you guys know I love 2-in-1 figures. So he can be that referee from that SummerSlam match. Take that referee gear off, and man, we've got 4 Horseman era Sid Vicious, Powers of Pain, Skyscrapers. Very excited for this one. So we're going to do it like we normally do. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. And then I got his old Elite and an old Basic we're going to compare this to. And we'll talk about that when we get to it. But let's look at the packaging first. There he is. Look at him. Looking only like he can look right there. Good old Sid. You got the True Effects logo. You got him in his gear. He's got the black pants, the referee shirt on. Just looking only like he can look. With extra hands. He's got a lot of extra hands. 2, 4. He's got 6 hands altogether. I kind of like that pointing figure one too. This is just a lot of hands for old Sid. He's very handsy apparently. So there it is, Sid Justice down below. A lot of people know him as just Sid. A lot of people know him as Sid Vicious, and then of course Sid Justice. It'd be interesting to put a poll up. Maybe I should do that. Do you know him? To you, is he Sid, Sid Vicious, or Sid Justice? Tell me in the comments. I'd be interested to know. To me, he's always Sid Vicious. I don't know if that's just because that's how I saw him and heard of him first, and he was always Sid Vicious to me. Maybe, most likely, he's probably Sid Justice to the majority of people out there, because I think that's when he, obviously going to the WWF back in the day, that got him up to new heights, we'll call it. But I love the idea of this figure, like I said, being a 2-in-1, and I'm glad Sid's returned to the lineup. There he is. I know that face all too well. And I didn't really like him as a referee, but it is what it is. He was a referee, that SummerSlam match. And then you got the back. You got the whole crew down below. You got a little blurbs to the side. You got a little glamour shot there. Sid Justice up top. The Elite logo at the very top. Encouraging the kids to play, of course. Now, Sid is another character out there. I remember as a kid, my dad loving this one. My dad, just like me, he loves those big guys. He loves those warlords, the barbarians, the big wrestlers, and he loves Sid. I remember him saying, oh, that Sid, he'd kill everybody. If this was all on the up and up, he'd kill everybody. I don't know if that's the case or not, but Sid was definitely a big, imposing dude, especially back in the early 90s. I mean, you just couldn't take your eyes off of the guy. Just absolutely crazy. Let's see what it says here. From West Memphis, Arkansas. Now, that always tricks me. It's West Memphis, Arkansas. I'm always like, you know, is that... I feel like it should be in Tennessee and not Arkansas. So there's always those cities that kind of play with your mind like that when you hear it. You know, one is Des Moines, Iowa, and West Des Moines, Iowa. I grew up on the mean streets of West Des Moines, Iowa. You know, not quite Des Moines. It was West Des Moines. That was where the players played, really, at the end of the day. And that's where I played and cut all my teeth and all that fun stuff. So people always say, oh, Des Moines. No, it's West Des Moines. It's a whole different world. You're a different person if you're in West Des Moines. It's just the way it goes. It's different. It's just different. Just trust me. West Des Moines is different than Des Moines. It's a different place. And now Des Moines, let's get on our geography. Des Moines is really branched out. Now there's Urbandale, there's Johnston, there's Ankeny, there's Waukee. They've really spread out all over the place. And that's just the way it goes, you know. People start moving in and, yeah, whatever. Anyways, West Memphis, Arkansas, 317 pounds, 6'9". He's a big dude, like I said. Career highlights, WWE champion, WCW champion, WCW United States champion. He brutalized opponents in WCW as Sid Vicious. But as a special referee in SummerSlam 91 main event, Sid Justice made sure that justice would be served. Did he ever? Justice was served that night. Now, this is great. The copy on here is fantastic. I'm not exactly sure who wrote this, but whoever wrote this, kudos to you, because what this does is it sets the stages for that 2-in-1 this figure is. Brings it back to his Sid Vicious. Names Sid Vicious. Talks about his time there. So that's planting that seed for that figure underneath the ref stuff. Then you bring it back to the current referee stuff he has on in the figure. Beautiful, beautiful copyright on the back of this one. So kudos Mattel team right there. Anxious to get this bad boy open. SummerSlam background. Let's pull it all the way out. How about? See you later. There it is. I know some people save these. This isn't me. I wish they connected for the full SummerSlam mural. Almost like those Rob Schamberger backgrounds we used to get. See you later. I'm not keeping them. Not saving on to those. All right, there he is. The man that rules the world. He's pointing the finger. He's ready to go. There he is in the old plastic prison. I love it. I love it a lot. All right, let's bust him out. Got some twist ties here. Once again, they're very cagey with their twist ties. They put them like right around the hands. It's interesting. And speaking of hands, but like I said, we got 6 pairs of hands here. 3 pairs of hands. 3 pairs of hands, 6 hands total. I like it. You can pretty much do every incarnation of Sid, and once again, being a 2-in-1, you make different hands, and it really changes. Obviously, the referee pointing, stuff like that, gives a different vibe than wrestler Sid. See you later. Uh-oh. I thought we got a little loose torso, I have a feeling. I hope not, but we'll see. But look at him in. I mean, he's got some high water pants. I'm sure these are the same track pants we've probably seen with Pat Patterson, The Rock in the past, getting reuse out of those. Obviously, Sid a little bit taller of a guy, so they're a little more high watered. He's got a little Steve Urkel going on. But we'll let it slide. I'm not going to say anything to his face about it. But I like this one. I like it with the finger. You can put it in somebody's face where he's just, you know, giving the guy the business pretty good. But yeah, I do think we got a little bit of a loose ab crunch going on here. So hopefully they're not all that way. Hopefully it's just this one. I do love the referee gear, though, and I can see people using. I mean, there's people that probably don't know Sid, don't like Sid, whatever, but hey, they want referee gear for another figure or they're creating a custom. Bam, you got a template right here. Obviously, the shredded referee shirt's not for every referee, but it works for some of the wrestlers that play referee sometimes. And the pants definitely work for all referees. So probably going to fit better on a smaller figure, too, honestly. But tremendous. Just a tremendous face sculpt on this one. I know this is Sid right off the bat. Even got that curly mullet, wavy hair. Just a patent. I remember back in the 90s saying, gosh, if I could just get that wavy hair like that, man, I'd be on the next level. I'd be the coolest guy in town if I had wavy, crazy hair like him. But no, I didn't. I had a buzz cut most of my childhood. I was just, let's buzz it. We don't need hair. I never had long hair until last year. I finally said, you know what? Now's the time. Before it goes all gray, let's grow it out like Sid Justice. And I think it's long enough now I can shave the sides and I can finally get that Sid Justice mullet. So maybe look for that in a video real soon. So there it is. There's Sid. Let's pull him off. Let's take this off. Shirt comes off very easily as it is very easy to get off. These pants are going to be a challenge, though, I have a feeling. It's always tough getting these over the boots, usually. And, you know, I'm always like, oh, I'm going to rip it. Who knows? Let's see. Come on, Sid. Don't fight me. Don't tell me he doesn't have knee... Oh, he's got knee pads on. That always slows down the fun. We're getting it, though. I think. Come on. Come on. Oh, got him inside out. That's the worst. It's the worst inside out pants, and you got to fish them back around. Oh, yeah, but I love this. This is my Sid. So, like I said, I'm going to chase down another one, but he's staying in this outfit for me until I get it figured out. Just a little upset, though. The ab crunch is not as tight as I would like it. It's got some looseness to it. You can put some of that Kiki stuff in it. It's called Kiki. It helps with loose joints a little bit. You can also put furniture polish. I've heard. I've never done that. We'll see. I might dabble and play around with that a little bit, but man, I love this Sid. This is the Sid. Obviously, he's most known for his black singlet in his WCW days. He's got WCW Galoob in the black singlet. But then he has the UK exclusive WCW Galoob that has this gear on. So a real neat callback, a real deep cut callback to WCW. I like that a whole lot. That's a very interesting change of pace. I like that, a deep cut. You guys know me. I love deep cuts. I would not be opposed if they re-released this exact same figure in the black singlet. I would actually love it. That'd be a great one. Put in the top picks. He'd be a perfect top pick. Every kid wants him on the shelf. Probably not. But let's take a look at some other Sids. This is another Sid we got. You know, I always struggle with what Sid this is. Is this early Shawn Michaels bodyguard Sid? Is this Attitude Era Sid? It's from an earlier Elite line. You can really smoke and mirrors and put it in any single direction you want. This one's always funny, though. He's got the weirdest head scan going on. It's like he just saw something. He's kind of biting his teeth. It's like he's, you know, wanting to cry, but he's holding it in. I don't know what's going on here. Very, very interesting face on Sid. These two scale perfectly together. This is when he said, I'm not going straight on full mullet here. I'm cutting it back. I'm cutting it back. It's the later in the 90s. I don't need the full-on mullet anymore. So that's that Sid. That's a solid Sid, though. That's a must-have Sid. This thing was on discount for so long. I remember I bought a second Sid, and I used it as one of the giant machines. As you guys remember, that Andre the Giant came with it was a 2-in-1 Andre. I bought another one of those and transformed him into the Hulk Hogan giant machine because Hogan and him have similar, and when you put the stuff on, the mask on, all that stuff, smoke and mirrors once again. But then how about this Sid? This is kind of the forgotten Sid Justice figure. This is the only Sid Justice I believe we've gotten in the Mattel so far until this one. This is a great blue. I absolutely love this blue color. I would love to get this as an Elite someday. Maybe we'll get more Sid figures. He'd be perfect for one of the ancillary lineups, the Royal Rumble lineups, that kind of stuff. But I would love to get this as an Elite one day. Funny story is this was the first basic I think I ever picked up. I'm pretty sure that's right. This was the first basic I ever grabbed. I was only Elites. I said, I'm cutting it to Elites. And then they came with this Sid, and there was no Sid to match it in the Elite line. I said, I got to pick this up. And I remember it being super cheap on Amazon. And then I said, you know what? I got to go back. I got to get Legends in the basic line that I missed out on. Even if they're somewhat repeats of their Elites, I needed to pick those up. And then I said, you know what? I probably better pick up female figures and characters that never had another figure. Kind of like Trent Beretta, I guess, out there. He had a basic, but nothing else. So I had to go back and pick all those up. And that Sid really spurned that for me. So we got some interesting Sid incarnations here. I hope we get another Sid. I'd really like to get this Sid, but in black. And then I'd be happy. I don't think I'd ever need another Sid Justice figure, Sid Vicious figure. Just plain Sid figure. But very cool figure. This is one I think my dad will want. Dad, I'm sure you're watching. We'll add this to the old Christmas list for you because I think you need a Sid in your collection. I don't know who doesn't really at this point. This one's going to be tough to beat for me when we rank them. At the end of the week, I'll put all these videos together for those that like to watch them together. If you like to watch them individually, that's okay too. But watch that video and skip all the way to the end as I rank the entire line in order from my favorite to least favorite. And I got to think Sid's going to be near the top of that list. So make sure you stay tuned and watch that video. So there it is. The ruler of the world, the greatest softball player in the universe, old Sid Justice. I hope you enjoyed this Mattel WWE Elite 86 SummerSlam Edition unboxing and review. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And leave me your comments, your thoughts on these figures. Are you picking them up? Are you playing the long game? Are you passing? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, at _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram, and of course, belowthecollar.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for the whole WWE Elite 86 crew, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.